nuclear terrorism. The invaders brought 11 employees of the Russian state nuclear energy corporation Rosatom to the captured Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The occupiers claimed that the Ukrainian nuclear power plant was a territory and property of Russia, which only temporarily belonged to Ukraine. Now the newly arrived engineers plan to send electricity to the occupied Crimea. Their troops are now stationed at the plant.
На территории перебывает близко 500 солдат Російської Федерації з автоматичною зброєю і також близько 50 одиниць техніки безпосередньо на майданчику.
Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is the largest plant in Europe. It is 6 times more powerful than Chernobyl and is now in the hands of criminals. Russia became the first country in the world to seize nuclear power plants and use power units as a cover. We do not leave our people. This is the slogan of Putin's propaganda. But the truth is completely different and terrifying. With more than 500 Russians surrendering to Ukrainians, the Russian command is using brutal practices against deserters. The Ukrainian military came across a Russian grenade launcher chained to a tree in the woods. Russians left him forcibly to cover their retreat. Soldiers detained by Ukrainians say during interrogations that the Russian military leadership has resumed another practice, shooting squads. Echelons that follow the main forces of Russia and kill those who want to surrender. According to one of the Russian prisoners, as they advance deep into Ukrainian territory, some Russians are beginning to realize that they do not have a peacekeeping mission.
На все вопросы командирам, какого хрена мы вообще это делаем, развернуться назад да уехать. Не доедем мы домой, эшелоны сзади, они убивают тех, кто дезертирствует.
Ukrainian elite confirms these words. Not far from Kyiv, the occupiers' offensive is controlled by Chechen soldiers of Ramzan Kadyrov, who killed several ethnic Russians in an attempt to desert. Nothing sacred. On March the 12th, in Kharkiv, the second most populous city in Ukraine, the occupiers damaged 3 churches of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Those churches provided shelters to citizens who were left homeless after enemy attacks. However, this did not stop the Russian military, as they were ordered to shoot even civilians in Kharkiv. The SSU intercepted such a conversation between enemy soldiers.
До сих пор нам запрещали гражданских людей даже смотреть в их сторону. Теперь сказали всех подряд, гражданские, дети, не дети, всех.
Occupiers also continue missile attacks on civilian targets in Kharkiv. Today, the Saltov tram depot and the surrounding residential buildings were completely destroyed.
Russia attacks not only physically. It has been waging an information war against the world and peace for a long time.
Зона свободной торговли с Европой – это прямая сдача страны, ее разорение.
В подгузниках 44 человека, небритых, пьяных, с теми же самыми шевронами.
Every day, millions of people listen to and read the outright lies of Russian journalists about Nazis in Ukraine, bloodthirsty Europe, and envious America.
Самый неэффективный альянс, который можно себе только представить.
Putin's propagandists stage fake news stories, defacing the main rule of journalism – honesty.
Это первая из нашей страны колонна с гуманитарной помощью мирному населению Украины.
Ребята, кому-то надо, блядь, пожрать от оккупантов.
Since the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the amount of Russian propaganda has grown to 90% worldwide. The aim of Kremlin mouthpieces is to spread panic, justify the war, and undermine the world's attitude to Ukraine.
Могут погибнуть мирные люди.
Сейчас в Херсонской области ряд населенных пунктов перешел под контроль очень вежливых людей.
The worst thing is that while the whole civilized world refuses to cooperate with Russia, Russian media are still broadcasting in Europe. The world must know the truth. It has only one interpretation. And Russian TV channels show the opposite.
Особый интерес вызвала детальная информация о реализации США на территории Украины проекта по изучению переноса патогенов дикими птицами.
Turn off Russian propaganda. Say no to fakes and war.